Aries. I hope the smoke is not bothering you. This is uniqsol Goddess here to bring you your Aries season monthly reading. And I meant to put my earpods in. Hold on one second. Okay, sorry you guys. So, I've already pulled your cards. I've meditated on your energy. I lit an incense. That is a meditation incense. And I got good messages for you guys. Good guidance for the month ahead. And we're definitely going to jump right in. First of all, bottom of the deck we have the full moon in Leo. Don't let your pride get in the way. And we have the Wheel of Fortune card. I'm gonna hold that up. The Wheel of Fortune, and you see the sun in the middle. I feel like because we're in your season, it's like don't let your pride get in the way. I know it's your birthday season, but try to be mindful to continue to do the healing work that needs to be done. So the first two cards you have out, nothing is yet set in stone, mutable moon, and the Five of Water. I feel like something may have happened in Pisces season. Either some seeds you planted, you watered them. You could have broke up with somebody. I feel like these are, I'm tapping into the Aries that have Virgo in their chart, or maybe dealing with a Virgo, Pisces, Sagittarius, or a Gemini, or you could have those in your chart. But, or you could have Pisces in your chart. Something may have happened in Pisces season, though, that you watered. Also with this, nothing is yet set in stone, and the Five of Water, I feel like you need to do a spiritual bath or a cleansing at this time. Tonight is the new moon in Aries. It's raining where I live, so that's definitely a sign of the earth washing away and cleansing an energy. So I feel like because this is your new season, Aries starts the zodiac season, the zodiac wheel, that Wheel of Fortune turning with that lion, the lion being the sun. We're in your sun sign. So I feel like because of that, you need to do a cleansing and really set some intentions for what you plan on doing for this year ahead, for 2020 into 2021. I know we're dealing with the coronavirus at this time and all of these uncertain times. People are panicking. Grocery stores are out of food, toilet paper, sanitizer, different things like that. And people are really in a panic. But right now, you need to stay grounded because you have a new start coming, as you can see in those next cards with the new moon. And we are in your new moon today. So with that and the Ten of Air, you all are releasing old fears or old emotions. I feel like you're ending a cycle. Again, these are people, Aries with Virgo or Gemini moon or rising. There's a burden being lifted in this cycle. And I feel like the cycle you'll see in the cards, it's like you have a hard time, like you go through a hard cycle, and then you have a temptation. And if you fail that test, you go through another hard cycle. I feel like now you're changing, and now you're choosing a different cycle. So you have completed that cycle. The burden is being lifted. A new start is coming. When you step into your energy anyway, it's your birthday season, of course, so you just feel different. The energy changes anyway. Again, we're stepping into a new season. This is the real new year. Especially for you, your birthday signifies the new year in your life path, and what journey you're on. So, with that being said, there's a new start coming for you energetically as Aries. There's a new start coming planetarily for all of us. And there's a new start coming with anybody in Aries season, really. Anybody, I feel like, I always say when you are in a certain sign season, everybody should watch the Aries video because everybody will get something out of it. In the middle of your spread, you have, I'm going to try to zoom in. That's too much. You have a win-win outcome is in the forecast. That's the full moon in Libra. And in your season, dang, I meant to look up the date. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't know the date of the full moon in Libra. I'll put it down in the description bar below, though. But Aries season does have a full moon in Libra, so I feel like this is a really significant card to get. A win-win outcome is in the forecast. I'm actually going to read that. But with the Four of Air, 4 being stability, but I feel like you are being called to wait, to take a step back and balance yourself, to release something that needs to go. You may have another test coming up that you have to pass. You have to work through this so that you can overcome a situation. And let me see what I wrote in my notes. Somebody or some people may be getting word on a house with the win-win forecast, full moon in Libra. With the Four of Air, you need to stay focused. Keep your eye on the prize. Growth is taking place behind the scenes. That's what I heard. Then right next to that, work through your fears and temptation. Temptation is normally the devil, but if you look at the card, this person has gone through a heartbreak. This person doesn't even see their blessings. You see that treasure box and the cup at the bottom. So there's love and money here. There's stability, emotional stability, and material stability, but they are heartbroken over somebody, over a karmic, I feel, with that Scorpio card, working through your fears and temptation. So you may have had an ex come back. An ex may be still in your energy field. You may be thinking of them a lot or lately out of the blue. So they may be trying to come back to you or feel you completing a cycle. They feel you pulling away and closing out, so they may be reaching out one more time. You also have a lot of purple cards. I was drawn to light purple cards for the new moon in Aries, so you may want to do that as well. You have purple and you have blue. A lot of purple, a lot of blue, like bluish green. Yeah, and green cards. So just keep that in mind if you do rituals at this time. I am going to read a win outcome for the middle because that's the middle of the spread. And because the full moon in your season is in Libra. Don't mind my nails. The full moon in Libra, the sign of partnership, of falling in love, and of closely relating to someone else. Since full moons are about climaxes and conclusions, this card suggests you're either about to start a new relationship or that an important existing relationship is changing somehow, perhaps coming to an end or moving to a new level of commitment. It is important to remember that people come to us for a reason and sometimes just for a season. If a relationship is ending now, it's doing so at the right time. So try not to fight it, excuse me. This card also refers to a professional relationship. There is a sense that you need to balance your ego with someone else's needs. A win-win outcome is possible with give and take. Doing so might be the answer to your question. Attune to the moon. Let go of that which is falling away. Additional meaning for this card. See the other person through the eyes of love. It will change your perspective. It's time for you to make a firm decision. Time for you to focus on yourself for a while. Look at yourself but avoid vanity. Now is a great time for a makeover. The teaching. No matter when you pull the full moon in Libra card, it encourages you to find a balance between your desires and those of the people around you. Balance is a very Libran energy, and the full moon brings things to a peak. Dramas and upsets bring partnerships to the fore. Libra energy also brings love energy. Negotiations are easier. I really feel like that is for the collective. Everybody should watch this video because it has the Aries new moon. Because the Libra card is here. Are you kidding me? I really think that, and it's in the center of the read. I feel like that was for a lot of people in different situations, and you can apply it to different situations in your life. It's time to take a rest, take a step back, and look at how you can balance a situation. You can't worry about how the other person's going to act. How are you going to act? How are you going to act while you how are you going to act while you wait on your blessing? Because it's coming. Work through your fears, new moon in Scorpio, and temptation. I'm being called to read that. New moon in Scorpio. We'll read temptation first. Attachment. The material world is my playground, but I need to be careful not to be attached to outcomes. This is a warning to me to watch for excess and to know to know what's not healthy for me. When this card shows up, it's a sign that I am focused on the material realm and need to be aware of excess or addictive behavior, my own or that of others. Work through your fear, new moon in Scorpio. This card suggests a rebirth. Think of your situation as the phoenix that rises from the ashes, as the birth, death, rebirth paradigm. That's what Scorpio energy is all about. Whatever you've been through, there's a new start ahead. It might be a little dark. It almost certainly won't be rainbows and unicorns, but it will be deep and transforming. This card also suggests that if you know you are magical, then this is a time to work your magic. It can also herald the start of a sexier time. If you've been experiencing something of a drought, and emotional intimacy is also on the menu. Scorpio is the sign that likes to go deep into body, mind, and spirit. So when this card comes up, there's nothing superficial about what's coming your way. Attune to the moon. Have some sexy time. Additional meaning for this card. Time to let go of a grudge you're holding. Move on from jealousy. Stop being obsessive. Could it be you're being paranoid? Make an investment. The teaching. Scorpio is the sign of death and rebirth, magic and shamans. Its energy is a little bit dark, occult, and even scary. Not all of us like to face the shadow, but Scorpio demands it. In fact, it's through working through your dark side that you can get to the light. And the new moon in Scorpio and the appearance of this card at any other time suggests you need to do that now. I swear I wrote that in my energy, in my notes. With this, I said you just come out of a karmic cycle has been completed. That's what, okay, so with the transition of these cards, let me move this over. See how I can do this. I did it before. Okay, y'all. So your last cards. There's a win-win outcome, like I said, in the middle. That's your that's the core of your energy. But what you need to do is work through your fears, work through the temptation. Your step out of your comfort zone. The North Node is where you're supposed to be, so you're on the right track. But avoid temptation. Release any fears, release any grudges, release any doubts. Let these karmics go. Complete and close out these karmic cycles. With the temptation and then the transformation, 1 and 5, you went through a hard cycle. But that 6 brings growth. That's 4, 6, and 4. The 5 it's missing is right here, are the hard cycles. I know that may not make sense. It may not make sense, y'all. I do numerology. I'm trying to explain it the best way I can. But because the 1 and 5 add to 6, but you don't ignore the 5. So 5 is strife, 5 is hard times. You have to work through those hard times because you're coming into a new cycle. This transformation right outside your comfort zone is bringing stability. 1 and 3 breaking down to 4. It's bringing stability, but you have to approach this from a new beginning. We're in the Aries season. Aries is the emperor. Emperor is 4. This transformation you're going through is a rebirth and a new cycle of who you are becoming. Your stability is right outside your comfort zone. You have to have a light, free approach to this situation. Like I was saying with the 10 of air, see she's blowing those feathers. You have to be light as air. Light as a feather. Let your worries go. Rest. Release this hurt. Release this which no longer serves you. Because you're only hurting yourself. Scorpions, if they're backed into a corner, they'll sting themselves before they let you sting them. They'll sting themselves to death. You have to release this hurt because you're only hurting yourself. And transform. Once you release and you let go and you give it to God, a new start is coming for you. You have this wheel of fortune, but don't let your pride get in the way. This new season, this new beginning, we're now really in 2020. We're really in 2020 now. We really are. This virus, this is changing a lot of things. Yep, you have to have the strength behind the wheel of fortune. You have to have the strength. I'm going to stop it there, you guys. Was that all I was going to do? I did want to read the North Node, step outside your comfort zone. And I'm in the wrong book. I'll read that first. I'm going to read Transformation first, since I grabbed that book. Oop, change. Nothing remains the same, and I need to accept that life evolves through cycles of birth, death, and rebirth. Now is a time of transformation as things are changing from one form to another. I need to allow this to happen for the highest good. I am called to let go the old so I can welcome the new. A new start is coming. Work through your fear of letting go. Work through your fear of death. Work through your fear of releasing. Work through your fear of releasing. We're going to read Step Outside Your Comfort Zone. I'm sorry if y'all hear my air came on. That was a wake-up call. North Node 116. Okay. Step outside your comfort zone, North Node. There's a strong feeling when you get this card that it's time to leave the past behind somehow, because you are headed in the right direction. If you want to be happy and fulfilled, you need to get going towards doing the thing that scares you within reason. This card is about living your life purpose, which is possibly what you've asked about. It's urging you to dare to do something different with your life and your direction, to take action. Are you willing to follow through and lead the life you incarnated to live? If you finally find the courage to make the leap, there's a good chance you'll come to ask yourself, why did I wait so long? Attuned to the moon, I know I'm headed in the right direction. Additional meaning for this card. You're headed for something which feels like destiny. There's that wheel of fortune. You need to face a fear and get over it. Time to stop obsessing about someone or something. Stand on your own 2 feet. You've got this. The teaching, the North Node, is where the moon crosses the ecliptic going north. It's a karmic point, and on the horoscope chart shows us what we need to do and where we need to go with our life to find satisfaction, fulfillment, and happiness. The North Node is the karmic astrological point that reminds us, to paraphrase Andre Gide, I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, that in order to discover new oceans, we have to be prepared to lose sight of the shore. There's no shore in sight. You could feel like you're drowning. You could feel like you're drowning right now. Use your pearls of wisdom. Every time I see the water cards, I think of pearls of wisdom. Use your intuition. You can feel the new cycle. You can feel the changes coming. They're okay. Make no mistake. Fortune's wheel. Fortune's wheel. Come on now. Have the strength, that Leo again. Don't let your pride get in the way. Don't be scared of this new beginning. Stability is coming. Also, keep your immune system up. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. Remember those old adages. King of Earth. Mushrooms. I don't know what mushrooms are good for. Remember old wisdom, though. Remember the wisdom that was here. Also, you're coming into money. You're coming into a good cycle. 7 of Earth. Be yourself. We're in your season. Be yourself. Be comfortable in what you know. And then under all of these is the Hierophant. The Hierophant, excuse me. A lot of us, if you're spiritual, like I said, light the purple candles or blue candles. But a lot of us are coming to fulfill a prophecy for our lineage, what's under here? 5 of fire. A lot of us are coming to fulfill a prophecy. I'm going to read 5 of fire. I'm going to close out after I read this. Creative brainstorming, unity in diversity, honoring differences. I have the freedom to explore the ideas that seem the most far-fetched. What seems crazy today proves tomorrow to be brilliant. Like a child willing to stretch her imagination when a new playmate comes into the garden, I open to new people and new ideas, intrigued by what is novel and unfamiliar. This is a time for what is counterintuitive, for appreciating the ideas from out of left field and what they might offer. That childlike transformation, that keep facing your true north. That's what that's saying. Let go. The wheel of fortune, you can have it all right now. You can have it all, but you have to believe. And you have to do the work. Faith without work is dead. Love you, Aries. Happy birthday. And I'll talk to you next time. Bye.